Welcome to Summarize Science, where we break down the latest discoveries in the universe. Today, we are looking at a fascinating study about a place called the Neptunian desert. For years, astronomers noticed that Neptune-sized planets are almost never found very close to their host stars. However, recent data showed that right at the edge of this empty zone, there is a sudden cluster of planets called the Neptunian ridge. This paper explores why this ridge exists and how it connects to the desert next door. The researchers focused on a process called high-eccentricity tidal migration. Imagine a planet getting kicked into a very oval-shaped orbit by another nearby planet that brings it dangerously close to its star. As the planet swings by, the star's gravity creates massive tides that gradually pull the planet into a tighter, circular orbit. But there is a catch. If the planet gets too close, it gets ripped apart by the star's gravity. This danger zone is known as the tidal radius, or the Roche limit. The researchers found that the shape of the Neptunian desert matches perfectly with the limits of tidal survival. Because planets have different densities, they do not all get destroyed at the same distance from the star. Heavy, dense planets can survive closer to the star, while fluffier, low-density planets are destroyed or pushed further out. This difference in density creates a survival band where planets naturally pile up. This pileup is exactly what we see as the Neptunian ridge on this chart. The study shows that the ridge is not just a random coincidence, but a natural outcome of how gravity shapes planetary systems. They also discovered a specific concentration of high-density planets within this ridge. These planets have a density of about 1.7 grams per cubic centimeter, which is a very specific signature. This suggests these planets might share a similar history, like having their gas layers stripped away by the star's heat. By projecting these tidal limits onto charts of known planets, the researchers could see the pattern clearly. The ridge acts like a cosmic parking lot for planets that survived the journey inward. Beyond the ridge lies the savanna, a region where planets are more spread out and less affected by these intense tides. To calculate this, the researchers used complex math to determine the minimum period a planet could orbit without being destroyed. They found that tidal dissipation rises steeply as a planet approaches its limit, causing it to settle right on the edge. This explains why the ridge is so sharp and well-defined in our observations. To recap, the Neptunian desert exists because most planets simply cannot survive the intense gravity so close to a star. The Neptunian ridge is the collection of survivors that managed to stop just in time. This research provides a unified explanation for why the landscape of exoplanets looks the way it does. It means that density is one of the most important factors in determining where a planet can live. In the future, this model could help astronomers predict what kinds of planets we will find around other stars. It also helps us understand the violent history that many planets undergo before they reach a stable orbit. The mystery of the missing Neptunes is finally being solved by looking at the tides. Stay tuned to Summarize Science for more breakdowns of the incredible mechanics of our galaxy.